Hi, my name's Claudia and I'm a viral immunologist. So I'm in my fourth year of my PhD and I'm looking at how viruses can infect cells and what impact that has on cell function. So your immune system works really hard to protect you from getting sick, but some viruses are particularly clever and they can turn off some of those signaling pathways that allow your immune system to function. And my project is looking at how does that happen? How does the virus do that? And is there any way we can stop that happening? And the end goal of the project is to help develop new targets for drugs so that if you end up in hospital really poorly with a viral infection, we'd be able to give you a drug that would stop the virus from turning off your immune system so you're able to clear that infection on your own. My job is really, really creative. So PhDs usually come in with one or two big research questions, and then you design a set of experiments to try and answer those questions, and then the rest of your time is just running experiments in the lab and trying to make sense of the data. So it's really creative. You're never doing the same thing each day, and it's really good fun. And you've also got a lot of collaborators that you will work with and people that you talk to about your research that are usually just as interested and excited as you are. The flip side of that is that when you're doing very novel research that no one's thought of or no one's done before, when you do encounter problems, there's no cheat sheet. When you're studying science in school, you can always flip to the back of the textbook and find out what the answer is and why that's the answer. When you're actually doing novel research, we don't have that. So you have to, sometimes when things don't work out, you do have to sit down and think about what the problem might be and how you can solve it. But that said, when you do figure out what the answer is, it can be really, really rewarding and really satisfying. And I started my PhD in a relatively classical way. I really loved science at school. I thought it was really interesting, and I loved having like defined answers to stuff. And so I did biochemistry at university. And when I finished my undergraduate degree, I didn't feel ready to leave university. I didn't feel I wanted to stay there. I just really enjoyed learning. So I did a master's. And after that, I worked for 2 years in industry. So I worked in a research department for a diagnostics company. So I designed new blood tests for cancers. And I did really love that. I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't quite right for me. Like it didn't feel quite creative enough for what I wanted to do. So I applied for a few PhD programs and I got accepted into Trinity. And I've been there ever since. So yeah, every day is different, but it's really satisfying. It's really rewarding. And hopefully the long-term aim is to create better treatments for people with viral infections and hopefully have a really good impact on people's health.